What's going on, guys? This is my post-convention video for Seaquestria Fest, very first convention for Seaquestria Fest, in fact. And pardon me if I'm a little tired. It's like 9 o'clock, and I just got out of a fun little event. Don't really want to call it a panel since this happened after closing ceremonies, but I'll explain that one in a bit. So, yeah, a lot of stuff definitely happened with this convention. It was a lot of fun. But real quick, just so you're aware, in case you guys haven't seen my community post, which by the way, also real quick, if you guys are wanting to hear about any updates that I have on the channel or anything, check out the community posts. I know I got a list in the description of all my videos that I do it on Twitter and whatever. I don't really do it there anymore. I barely even use Twitter outside of looking at, Equestria Daily and any other kind of brony stuff. So, don't really ignore that. I'll probably try to remember to just take those off at some point. I probably won't, but yeah, mainly just look to community posts on my channel. That's where I'll put updates from now on, at least until I find what I consider to be a better alternative to social, or just really anywhere else that I enjoy. But I'm mostly backing out of most social media anyway, so we'll see on that one. But anyway, so I had posted a day ago, I believe, that of the videos I had recorded while I was here. So in case you guys didn't see that, I've recorded the last 4 episodes of the Scooter Tricks, the epilogue series, episodes 2 through 5. I'm going to be doing those. I'm going to be doing 2 episodes per video. So you should, after this, I should be uploading Scooter Tricks episodes 2 and 3 first. Then I'll probably bounce to something else, and then I'll do 4 and 5 afterward. I also did my reaction to Bonds of Justice, episodes 1 and 2, as well as both of the Elements of Justice videos, episodes 4 and episode 5. I was not aware that, well, I was aware that episode 5 was coming out. However, I kind of mistimed when it was coming out. I thought it was coming out Monday. Apparently, it was coming out Saturday, which worked out really well for me. So I'll try to get that uploaded at some point, which I'm hoping to do pretty soon because I really enjoyed episode 5. In reality, not a lot actually happened, but it felt like a lot happened, and I started having even more theories about what was going on in that. So I'm really looking forward to uploading that one. But yeah, so that'll all be after I upload this update video, obviously. So yeah, so expect those at some time. I don't know when I'm gonna have this one upload. I may try to get this upload while I'm still here at the hotel. If I can, it'll be a lot faster than doing it at the house. But if not, I'll try to do it tomorrow night when I get home. But anyway, so Seaquestria Fest, yeah, brand new convention that was originally supposed to be held back in 2019, but pandemic stuff happened and it just kept getting pushed back until this year. And I know a lot of people probably weren't too sure about this one. I've heard a lot of things about why people had no interest in this one. But first off, let me just say, I've only been to 2 other pony conventions. I've been to BronyCon 2018 and 2019, so that's basically the only sorry, I don't know what that was. That's basically the only convention experience that I have in the Brony fandom. So, with that said, uh, it's it was kind of similar to BronyCon in terms of how the panels work and everything, but it also was obviously a lot smaller. With BronyCon, I'm not going to include how BronyCon, the attendance for BronyCon 2019, because obviously because that was the last one, it was going to be jam packed anyway. But at least for 2018, I believe they had 5,000 attendees, if I remember right. This one, Seaquestria Fest, for the first year, had 180. About, maybe, I think it was maybe a little bit more, but it was about 180, which what they said during closing ceremonies was actually still a lot more than what they expected, because they had wanted this to basically be a kind of a smaller attendance type convention. So yeah, it's not as many, but let me just say that, you know, being at the hotel, with it being held in this hotel, again, I have no knowledge of how TrotCon or Everfree Northwest works, or BabsCon. You know, they're all at hotels as far as I know, so I don't know how it feels there. But here, with 180 people, it still felt like a lot. You know, now obviously when you go to the panels, you definitely notice that number, especially during opening and closing ceremonies. You know, it's not as jam packed as it normally is. You know, you'll be looking around. There's definitely like empty seats in spots, but there's still a good number there. And honestly, I really like that. I liked just how more relaxed it felt compared to BronyCon. Since BronyCon, I'd wake up at like 6 or 7, shower, try to get something to eat, all within like an hour, get ready, and then I have to head over at like 8 or 9, or whenever that first panel was that I was interested in, and it's basically just back to back to back to back with panels and stuff that I want to do. And then even sometimes there may be 2 panels you're interested in, but they're running at the same time, so you have to pick and choose one. So it was like constantly moving. But this one, however, they only had like 3 rooms that they were using for panels. One of the rooms was the kid only section, so you can automatically knock that one out if you're an adult. So you had like the main conference room, and then you had, I don't really know what they call it, the waiting pool in the column book. I don't know what the room itself was actually called. It was it was in the room right next to the indoor pool, but I guess I could just consider this the dance floor, really. But they would have some panels in there up until a certain point. I want to say it was like 7 o'clock at night, and that's when they would bring on the musicians. And they did a lot of newer musicians. That's kind of what they're going for here, bringing some new timers in, some new people, which is great. I'm all for that, especially since we're getting to G5 now. We're entering a new generation, so let's start highlighting some of the new people. Give other people a chance instead of constantly bringing out all these already more well-known people. So I'm all for that. And a lot of the panels that I did go to were really fun. Unfortunately, I didn't really record anything, because I was trying to save all my memory and battery power on this camera for my reactions. Next year I do plan on coming back here again, because like I said, I had fun. But for next year, I'll hopefully have the webcam problem sorted out with my laptop, so that way I just bring the webcam and hopefully record videos on that without having the back half audio of my reaction cut out randomly for no reason. And then I'd be able to use this camera to actually record more stuff. But yeah, that's hopefully the plan for next year. So Yeah, like I said, I don't really have any footage of it to show you, but I mean, I think you kind of get the gist of it just from what I'm saying. And even then, even if, two of those panels that they're holding is something that's like, you're not interested in, well, you're here at the beach. You go do other stuff as well. You go to the ocean, swim. There's like, I think there's some mini golf stuff around here. I think there's a water park around here as well, not too far. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do here as well. So it's not like you see those panel or two that you're not interested in going on for like an hour, hour and a half. And you're like, okay, well, what do I do now? There's still a lot of stuff to do. So, like I said, it's very relaxed. Uh, it was just enjoyable all around. I would definitely recommend this to a lot of people. Also, for some reason, you just don't like the beach. Now, unfortunately, we had kind of a bad timing with this one because it's been foggy and rainy pretty much the entire weekend. Like it's not just light fog; it's pretty thick fog, and it was all weekend. Like from the time I showed up on Thursday. Um, Actually, I think if I look outside right now, where's this thing open? Yeah, it's still foggy. It's not too bad as it was, but it's still foggy out there. The rain, it was off and on. Yeah, so and plus the weather was still pretty cool here for me to really want to go into the ocean anyway. But hopefully next year um, it'll work out a lot better. They did say that they were going to try to have it be the same exact weekend as this one was, but it looks like the hotel already has another event going on for that weekend, so they're going to announce a different time later on. Um, so, aside from that, just hopefully, hopefully it'll be. I'm hoping more for a June or July time frame, to be honest, because then it'll be a little warmer, and I think it'll work better for this whole kind of beach trip type convention. Um, but overall, yeah, it was. I had a blast. I really enjoyed this. It's especially after 2 years of no conventions on my end, at least. It felt nice to finally be able to go to this. Um, and there really weren't for a first time. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been to many pulling conventions. Definitely haven't been to any first time conventions. So other people could probably tell me how those went, um, how many issues they had on their first time, their first go of it. But um, I did encounter a minor issue, and that was mainly with my badge, or one of the perks with my badge. Um, because they have similar sponsor levels as BronyCon did. You had your bronze, silver, gold, and diamond. Similar sponsor tiers here, with it being I think it's conch, coral, aquamarine, and pearl. I could be getting conch and coral mixed up. I'm not sure. Um, but I had the pearl one, which was the super expensive one. Uh, which normally I don't do, but this one came with a hotel room for Thursday night through Sunday night of the event, which is why I got that one. Well, it's the main reason I got that one. I also wanted to support the convention on their first year. But it looks like they kind of messed something up when they made the room reservations for us, because I actually encountered it earlier today when I was coming back to my room to swap something out, and my key card didn't work. And I went to the front office or the front lobby and told them about it, and it looked like that was already an issue the convention people had found out about, and I was able to get a replacement car, no problem. And I went up to, I think the charity auction may have been going on at this time. So once I had that sorted out, I went, or it may have been about to start. It was about to start. But I went to the charity auction afterward, and almost immediately, um, one of the concierge, called my name up and informed me about that, which, as I said, I already took care of that. So, they were on top of it. So it was, I think the only other issue they mentioned, but it didn't, it was before we showed up on Thursday, was I guess they had a couple of fires happen actually. I guess when they were printing out the con books, the printer caught fire, and then one of their tech in the main for opening ceremonies, I want to say it was one of the speakers maybe, but apparently something over there caught fire as well. So uh, yeah, it sounded like an interesting start, but I think in terms of what could have happened, it's very minor, and like I said, it got solved pretty quickly. So yeah, like I said, other than that, it was very nice. It's just very funny convention overall. Again, I highly recommend it. Uh, and, and honestly, the charity auction, I don't remember how much BronyCon makes for their charity, but we actually managed to raise over 3,000 here. I think it was like 3,043 to be exact. Um, yeah, they made a lot of money for the charity auction for the first time, especially for like, was it 180 attendees, and I think they said, well, they sold 180 badges, and including staff, there was 146 attendees. That was what it was. So, and really, it was probably about 120 actual attendees if you're not including staff. Um, but yeah, still $3,000 for that many people. That's a lot. So they didn't do too bad this year. Um, and I think they already picked out their theme for next year, which was like ponies in Wonderland or something like that. I think this year was supposed to be Fun in the Sun, which was obviously didn't work out that way. But overall, yeah. Again, I highly recommend this. Definitely smaller attendance, but it's a lot of fun, and you won't be feeling anxious or stressed out or anything with the amount of people attending here, because, like I said, it's more laid back, and smaller number of people is actually nice, in my opinion. Not having to worry about being too crowded and everything, so it definitely worked out. And you got the Fender Hall as well, which it's not BronyCon size, so I was able to actually, for the most part, buy something from everyone that was there. I think there was a couple people I missed, but um, honestly, I looked through their stuff and I just didn't see anything I was interested in. But I tried to buy some from each of them there just to support them, but there's just a couple of them. There was nothing that really interested me at all, so I had to kind of decide to save my money on that one. So yeah, again, overall that was basically Seaquestria Fest 2022. Gonna have to check out. I'm excited to check out 2023 next year. I'll probably take a picture of the merch that I got. I already took a picture of all the sponsor stuff that I got with my badge, but I'll do the same thing with my everything else that I bought, which I bought a lot. So I'll take pictures of those as well, and I'll put them up as a community post later on. Oh yes, and the special event I was talking about, there's actually another one that's about to go on, but I'm too tired to really be bothered with that. I'm going to be leaving early in the morning anyway. One of the main people one of the actresses, or the only actress that showed up to this event was Ellie Ray, well, it's Ellen Ray, but she goes by Ellie. If you don't know who that is, she voiced Miss Maine in My Little Pony. I don't think she had a whole lot of voice roles though, because I know she showed up in season 7, but she may have only talked like 4 or 5 times throughout the last 2 seasons. But she also did a couple of other side voices as well. But I got a chance to have an autograph with her and take pictures with her. And let me just say, I've only met 2 other people, voice actresses of the show, Tara Strong and Tabitha, and they were both nice, and I was very happy to got the chance to meet them. But if I had to pick any of them to meet ever again, it would have to be Ellie Ray. She had so much energy walking in. If anyone who's met her before immediately knows what I'm talking about. The energy she brought with her was just great. Like, she's so appreciative of this, of us, of this fandom. It's, it was kind of refreshing, really, to see a voice actress, with that level of enthusiasm for the community. It's like, not to say that the other actresses don't have that. It's just she really showed it for it. If I had to really describe it, the best way I could think of is the other actresses like Tara Strong and Tabitha and all them. They are actresses who end up as bronies by working on the show, whereas Ellie is a brony who happens to be a voice actress. That's, if that makes sense. That's kind of the vibe I got from this, But it was, what really made me enjoy her even more was after closing ceremonies, she held like her own like little. If this wasn't in the comic book or nothing, she decided to do this, where we all just went into a room. We literally did this at 7. It's what, 9:20 now. We just went into a room. A bunch of us went in a room with her, and we watched the G5 movie, and it was really cool to see that she had like a bunch of candy and snacks and drinks and everything laid out for us. It was a blast. I really enjoyed that. That was probably my favorite thing to do tonight. And I think the other thing they're doing is at 10 they're going to go out to the shore and watch the lunar eclipse that's happening tonight. But like I said, I gotta get up early in the morning. I'm too tired to really worry about that. So yeah, so that was that was Seaquestria Fest 2023. Highly recommend you guys check this out in the future. It's a lot of fun. So, and I'll post those pictures. Just give me posts when I'm able to. So that's it, and I'll get those videos edited and uploaded when I can. Alright guys, I will see you in the next video. Take it easy.